as I'm sweating my ass off.
It's okay. The swamp ass is real today.
I'm gonna sell wet
Dude,
naps
I've
for
been
like a
working
dime.
outside all day, and I'm like,
Who needs a wet nap?
We've been running since 2. Like,
Really?
yeah, setting up, and
I might jump in the creek later.
that's fine. 1 year, the one gentleman over there fell in the creek.
I heard about that. I
At
heard
like
a
4
story
in the
about
morning.
that.
He was going to his tent. He fell right into the creek.
All right, here we go. 3, 2.
When two boys from different mothers met one day at the park, they double high-fived and rode their wagons into the sunset, only to come together 15 years later with a show about everything that is actually about nothing. Do you like red crayons, tall grass, rainbows on rainy days, crowded bars and broken windows? Neither do these guys. So turn up that dial, shut your kid up, and get ready for the climax of your day.
Now recorded from a secret location 2 miles below the Earth's surface, here is the Velez and Vargas Show.
Episode 27,
And
I
this
think.
is. I think we're at 27 or 28. I don't
It's
remember.
27 or 28, yeah.
There's so many of them now.
I don't
Dear
even
God.
know.
We're over 20 and under 50.
This is ridiculous that I don't know. But this is an ultra special episode.
This is a super special one because we are
We are live on YouTube right now.
Where are we at? We are in Strasburg.
Lancaster,
Is it
Strasburg area, Pennsylvania, with Chive, Pennsylvania, representing Keystone Warriors.
Represent.
How about that? And we have 2 special guests with us today. One from Chive is Liz Maldonado. Say hello.
Hello.
And we have with us from Keystone Warriors, Mr. Paul Spurgeon. Welcome to the show. It's great to have you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a special opportunity for us. We've never done a live show before.
I'm a little nervous, man. I don't know. Just a little bit.
Usually if we make mistakes, we can cut it out. So this is pretty special for us. So thank you for letting us entertain you guys tonight and being here. We appreciate it. And we feel like we're doing it for the greatest cause in the world.
Oh,
Hugo,
fantastic cause.
half the team here is a former Marine. Do I call you former?
How dare you say former?
Or do
Marine?
I say
Once
retired
a
Marine?
Marine.
Retired Marine.
He's got my
reaching.
back.
He's reaching.
Yo, he's old. He's old school too, man. He's old school.
So this cause is close to his heart. He's the commander of the local Legion here in Lancaster County in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. So it felt a lot, it felt great for us to represent this cause and be here for you guys. So I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves, speak a little bit, and take the show away.
Okay, hi, I am Liz Maldonado. I'm from Chive, Pennsylvania. We are here holding ChiveSpringa for, it's Revenge of the Springa. It's our 3rd time out on Papa Meshi's land, and we are here supporting Keystone Warriors, a force that is near and dear to Chive, Pennsylvania's heart. A lot of veterans are a part of our group, and we do everything we can to support our community that has protected us.
That's fantastic.
My name is Paul Spurgeon. I'm the co-founder, executive director of Keystone Warriors. This is, we just started our 9th year of operation, approximately a little over 800 warriors that we've assisted, both financially as well as whatever else they may need. We're honored to be here with Chive. So the buzz phrase is keep on chiving. We're here with 2 radio DJs that are a little bit weird.
A little?
Just a little bit.
A little?
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
Well, I was told by my speech coach to be polite, so they're really goddamn screwed up. Is what I
I like your
Did we
coach.
mention Paul's only 1 beer in, by the way? 1 beer.
I'm only on one.
We're gonna have to do 2 soon.
Complete honesty after 1 beer.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Miller Heavy. I had the Miller Light.
We got some jungle juice over there if you really want to dive in.
Oh man, someone's gonna be jumping in the mojo juice.
So let's tell the people then who are listening out there, how do we find Keystone Warriors, and if they do find you and they donate, what does that donation go to? What break it down a little bit of what you guys do for those wounded warriors in Pennsylvania and how you assist them.
Well, basically 95% of what we raise goes back, rent, mortgage, utilities, car payment. It's easier to say what we won't do. We can't buy automobiles because we all have to have lawyers, right? They're a bunch of assholes, but
scum-sucking bastards, all of them.
all of them. But we can't because of legal liability, and we don't pay off credit card debt because essentially we're giving them another line of credit. Other than that, whatever they need, And I want to emphasize the fact it's not just the warrior, it is the family.
The family.
Right. So
That's
we
awesome.
can't forget about that.
It's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what we do. And we formed in 2009. Our first event was 5K at Alvernia University. Next month, September 3rd, the Jared Yoder Memorial 5K at Alvernia will be our 9th annual.
That's awesome. So 800 warriors, families, have been assisted to this point in an 8-year period, going on 9 years.
Correct.
That's
fantastic.
awesome.
That
I know
is
that hits home
fantastic.
for you, Hugo.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
You got a bunch of buddies right now that could use the help.
Oh yeah. I know. I'm part of the Post 429 Legion in Ephrata. I've had the honor of being the commander there for this is my 2nd year, going on 3, and we do sort of the similar thing locally. We try to help local veterans. Someone needs like safety goggles, shoes, pay a little bit of rent, electric bill, anything they need. We kind of try to do the same thing as much as we can. Just recently, we gave a check to a vet that he was in need of an automobile, and we helped him out a little bit. So it's been in my honor to do that, and to hear other local establishments doing the same thing. It gives me that pride, and anything I can do on Post 429 Ephrata that we can assist with you. I'd love to link up with you and get some ideas going, see if we can raise some more money and help some more people.
That would be awesome. I should say that even though we can't buy an automobile where the title would be in our name, we do help them with down payments.
Right.
We pay their auto insurance if that's an issue.
Because the damn lawyers, they got to stick their hands in there and ruin everything,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, it keeps everybody honest.
Yep.
And
yep.
so we don't really get in too big a trouble.
Right.
We don't tell them everything either. So,
Right. Yeah.
But we also we opened up 2 new divisions this year. One division is called Maverick. Sounds familiar for a Marine, right? Is Mid-Atlantic Veterans Resource Center. And what that organization, our division, will do is there's 358,000 veterans in the state of Pennsylvania. Any of them can call that number, and our volunteers will give them, if they're looking for a roofer, they'll give them 3 resources, or a PTS dog, 3 resources, or whatever.
Very nice.
If it's financial assistance in the state of PA, it comes to us, Keystome Warriors. So that's one. The other one is Adventures with Veterans, which is hunting, fishing, family outings. We do 2 hunts a year in Montana. October we'll do 4 warriors. We'll send them up to Montana for an antelope hunt. And in November, 4 warriors up for a mule deer hunt. And in January, me and my staff will go up and clear the coyotes out of the area.
Very nice.
That's awesome. I'm assuming because a lot of post-military dudes and chicks are probably hunters.
Yep.
Oh,
That appeals to them big time.
Yeah. It's in our blood.
Animal hunting.
Yeah.
We got to be specific. We got to say that. It's animals, ladies and gentlemen, animals.
So what's the best method for one to get a hold of Keystome Warriors and to donate to the cause and find out more about what you guys are all about and when you have events going on?
Best way to get a hold of us is on our webpage, which would be www.keystonewarriors.org, and that'll give you some of the events that are upcoming. It'll also be a donate link on there that they can donate through PayPal. There'll also be a phone number and an email address that they can send to us. So usually our response time, according to Facebook, is 100%.
Nice.
At some point in the year, we call back.
Yeah.
So it's 100%. But we do this, right now we have 4 directors and we have about 5 volunteers. So we run all of this basically with 4 folks there at the office daily.
So what you guys are doing is pretty awesome. I've been on your website here during the show just to get prepped and look at it, and it's pretty informative, pretty basic. And anybody who wants to donate, it's simple. You go on, you hit the PayPal button or the credit card button. You type in your credit card info. It doesn't save anything. You don't have to register.
Very nice.
You specify what donation amount you want to contribute. Hit the finalize button. Boom, bang. You get a receipt, which I'm sure is tax deductible.
Correct.
Very nice.
Because you guys are a 501, correct?
We're 501c3. Also, we don't send out, just so the public knows, we don't send out mailers like national organizations. If you donate on PayPal to us on the webpage, all we'll get is a name. We won't have a mailing address or anything like that and the amount. So don't worry about doing that online. We won't send you a mailer, but we'll in our hearts thank you.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. That's
Very
great.
easy. I'm looking at the site now, KeystoneWarriors.org. Pretty basic.
Hoorah!
There's plenty of info on here. It tells you the events. It tells you what's going on. You can buy T-shirts, coffee mugs, hats. Anything you purchase from the site benefits the Keystone Warriors. It goes back in the state to Eastern Pennsylvania. It's local. It doesn't go to some bigwig in New York that runs a company. So, you can feel good about making that donation and having it count for something. And if you have a family member that's in the area that's been in the military that benefits from this, they're going to see it. So that's awesome, seeing it actually spent to a good cause. So
That's great. I love hearing that stuff, man.
it is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. I'm glad you guys were able to make it. I know it's a trek to get over here sometimes, find a place like this. So.
I got lost. I totally got lost.
We got lost our first year coming down. We actually drove down before the day just to make sure we knew where we were going.
I actually went to the neighbor's yard, and there's two dudes out there in the parking lot looking at me like, I don't think this is the right place. And I'm like, excuse me, guys, is this the... No, you guys want to go next door. I'm like, oh.
So look, it kind of looks like Woodstock out here.
No, it does.
It's getting real communal.
It does have that Woodstock
I'm starting to see clicks
feel.
form. We get the beer pong click. We got someone's chugging a beer over there click.
I see.
It's funny. You
Torches
talk
are
about,
getting lit.
you guys talk about Woodstock. I was at the Naval Hospital in San Diego when Woodstock was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And
Did you get a live stream?
no, I seen it. I was in the hospital 6 months. And then after I got out, people said, God, Paul, you should have been at Woodstock. I wish the hell I was. Not in the hospital.
I wasn't even a thought at that time, so.
I was swimming around in my father's nutsack.
Yeah, and let's see. Now I got wounded December 5th, 1965.
Wow.
And so probably none of you guys were around at that
No,
time.
no.
No, my dad was out of high school 4 years.
You can call me anything, but don't call me Grandpa. So I see that the DJs have unscrewed themselves. And so it's going pretty smooth now.
Yeah, we're a little there.
We're normal dudes. Come on, we're normal dudes.
You're pretty normal. But
Guys,
normal's just a setting on the dryer.
Normal is just relative.
Yeah.
So I seen their business card on it. It says normal, but in front it has Abby. Abby Normal. So, who's Abby?
Oh, she's a fantastic woman.
All brains.
That's my mom.
But the other thing I'd like to add is that as a retired Marine, wounded warrior, Vietnam era, we had a difficult time when we first started. How far back do we go? And as a Vietnam vet, after years, we finally didn't get everything we deserved, but we got a lot of what we deserved. And what we decided was we didn't want these kids that are coming home now, and I can call them kids, to go through what we went through coming back from Vietnam. So we did post 9/11 only, all branches of the United States military, including Coast Guard.
Oh,
That's
wow. Very nice.
It's so awesome
Very,
and
very
so
nice.
unselfish of you guys
Yes.
to have thoughts like that and to do what you do. I mean, all these groups that do what you do, like actually help people.
Put that whole
It's huge.
focus, actually helping one-on-one
Yeah.
instead of just, taking a little bit of the pie and then giving just a little bit back. You're giving almost all of it back.
We're giving
That's
almost all of
fantastic.
it back.
Yeah.
We don't have it's a labor of love for us. Nobody in the organization gets paid,
That's great.
and so everything's
That's great.
volunteer. There's always a director, depending on the amount of events at every event. So if there's any questions folks have or concerns, they can ask a director. And we're all equal. The IRS says we have to have titles, so we have titles, but in actual operation, everybody's equal.
I know you don't get paid, but could we pay you in beer tonight?
Yes. Yes. Actually, believe it or not, when somebody comes by the table and they say, God bless you for what you do, we thank them. We just been paid. As a Marine, I can use all the blessings
That's
I can
awesome.
get.
Amen, brother. Amen, man.
And especially for young ladies, when they come up, don't call me daddy.
You don't want to be called daddy?
Unless you really want to.
Well, in a interview before on radio, the interviewer said, so how many children do you have, Paul? And I said, what country?
How many do you claim?
None.
Paul, we might have to get you back on the show in the
I'm telling
future
you,
if you don't
man.
mind.
want to hear some more stories, man.
Off the record, we'll call it with Paul. Off the record with Paul.
You have to give
Well,
him.
yeah,
You have to give him a sub name.
That's what we'll call it.
So it goes to be Lulp.
Right. I think we should do it. We should definitely do it.
Jarhead Fred.
This needs to happen. I feel like you have stories to review.
Devil Dog 65. There we go.
Is that an AOL address?
It's a .org. Non-profit.
Active AOL address.
Ooh.
So again, KeystoneWarriors.org. If you want to donate, get out there. It's easy, it's fast, it's quick, and it's staying local. It's helping people local here in Eastern Pennsylvania, families in Eastern Pennsylvania. The guys that are coming back fighting for you and I,
So that we get
who are having trouble,
Yep.
and you're helping them get back on their feet. So that's awesome.
Correct.
Fantastic.
Not only those, but their families as well.
Fantastic. Because it's not only stressful for them, it's stressful for the families as well.
If you're listening out there, world, donate now, please.
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 Please give him money.
All right.
We need your help.
So I do have one story I'd like to tell
Go for it.
Please.
Go for it.
It's all yours.
to begin with.
Get him a beer.
Oh no!
Not a warm one though.
Then you guys just go away. I'll talk all night. So we also help Gold Star families, and about 3 years ago, a Gold Star mom had not seen her grandchildren for 3 years after her son was killed, and they live in Allentown, and the widow and the children lived in Hawaii, and that's the race we have this Sunday, Josh Smith Memorial 5K, and so we went out and bought an all-inclusive 10-day trip to Hawaii for them so that they could go out and visit the grandchildren. And the grandchildren on Waikiki Beach wrote with their feet in the sand, "Thank you."
Oh, wow.
That's
fantastic.
That is awesome.
That's amazing.
It's got to be a great feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Go home at night,
makes
know,
it worth
know
it.
the difference you make.
Just to look on people's faces, that's just thank you right there. That's all I need.
So forgive my ignorance, and I'm sure there's other people who have the same question. What's a Gold Star family?
Gold Star family is a family whose son or daughter has been killed in action.
Okay.
So they call them Gold Star. The other thing that we're working with Gold Star organization is on the 22-a-day suicides. They give them a partial membership, and we're trying to say, okay, that's okay, but can we designate them? And they're saying maybe White Star families. And so the 22-a-day is also a tremendous issue for us. That's why probably 80% of who we help is PTSD. And the biggest issue is to get them out back in public. And that's why we have the hunts in Montana. We have outings, we have rafting up in the Poconos, whatever, that we can get those families up to get him out there so he can fit back in.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you that I've been doing this with the hunts for 6 years with partners like Safari Clubs International and Cabela's. And I've sent warriors that won't even talk.
Wow.
They'll say, I'll go on a hunt, and that's about it. And when they come back, pardon the expression, I can't shut them up, but that's a success for us.
That is a huge success.
They just keep talking about how great that, and I actually last year went on that hunt under pressure from everybody. Paul, you can't sit in your ass for 6 years, go out and hunt. And so I went out there, and I swear that the Russ and Carol Greenwood that run that, it's called Dune and Gulch Outfitters, started 40 years ago with Vietnam vets doing the hunts, and they are the most awesome folks I have ever met in my life in that lodge. I'll show you some pictures when we're off. Can't show you folks. Donate, and I'll show you a picture.
There you go.
Donate money.
Some
See
motivation.
pictures.
You got to see these pictures.
Right.
Whoa, what pictures though?
It is.
Don't swipe left.
Come on, Paul.
It is an amazing place, and I can see why these kids coming back from that hunt open up, because you get 3 home-cooked meals every day.
Nice.
You're out in the middle. It's called I got to be careful, Montana. And if you're ever there, don't say broad ass. They will correct you.
I like broad ass a little bit better.
I love broad ass.
Well,
I love
after
that.
a
The
few
S's are
beers,
broads.
it's how do I get to broad ass? I don't know. Check with your wife.
Hi-yo.
I got to ask you. Tell me about the skies in Montana.
Oh, big sky. But I mean, they're
Beautiful,
awesome.
right?
We have some. I'll show you some pictures here when we got through. We delivered actually a Kawasaki 4-seat, what they call a 4-seat ATV, side by side they call it.
Yeah.
And the problem with the severely wounded that have prosthesis is the elevation there is about 4,000 feet, and then you still have to get up 200 or 300 foot hills to be above the antelope, because the antelopes defenses their eyes. They can see a person walking a mile away. And the Indians called them the ghosts of the plains. So it's true. You can see them. When you go back to hunt them, they're gone.
Oh, wow.
And so we couldn't get those kids up on those hills. So we donated a brand new Kawasaki Mule 4010. We drove it out on a trailer out to Montana so they can get them up to hunt.
Very nice.
So we're proud of that.
I gotta get out there. I heard good things about that place.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I hear it's beautiful. I've never been there myself either, so I'd love to see your pictures after this.
Oh, yes.
Don't swipe left.
Those pictures.
Well, only of the lodge. That's all we show.
I want to see the picture of the broad ass.
So I see you guys have got 2 events coming up real soon. One's tomorrow.
One
the
is
Josh
tomorrow.
Smith Memorial in Allentown.
Correct.
So if you go on your site, you can find that at KeystoneWarriors.org.
Right.
And then you have one on the 3rd, the Jarrett Yoder Memorial.
Correct.
Nice.
And both of these are races, correct?
These are
Foot
5K
races,
races.
yeah.
Josh Smith was a Marine sergeant killed, and then the Jared Yoder was a National Guard Apache helicopter pilot that was killed in Afghanistan.
Okay. Well, there's an easy way to get involved right there. Anybody like to run?
Come on out.
I know none of I'm not a runner.
I like a Sheets run.
I like to run.
I like to run for beer.
To run for Sheets. Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I like to watch Cool
I will
Runnings.
run for Taco Bell.
Well, as soon as I get my Kawasaki Ranger ATV, I'll be running too.
So anybody out there listening, if you want to get involved, here's a good way. If you're a runner, if you're into fitness, we got 2 things coming up. One of them's tomorrow, the Josh Smith Memorial.
Get
That's
on it.
taking place in Allentown at 10 a.m. tomorrow. It's a 5K. And then we have the Jarrett Yoder Memorial taking place at Alvernia University in Reading, Pennsylvania. And that's on September 3rd, which is Labor Day weekend.
Right.
Correct?
And
So
there's
it's
also
Sunday
a
of Labor Day.
1 mile fun walk.
There you go.
Oh,
you got
so
a
you
5K
don't have to run, you
and,
can walk.
and the fun walk.
You don't even have to run. You just
or
walk.
run,
Just
so.
walk. It's always for a good cause.
Get involved, please. This is awesome what they're doing. It's local. I can't express how awesome it is to see it benefiting local people.
Yeah.
And seeing the difference. So get out there, people. KeystoneWarriors.org. So big thanks to Paul and Liz for joining us.
Thank
we appreciate
you
it.
both. It's fantastic. It's an honor to have both of you.
It's
Thank
great
you
to be
for
here
having
tonight.
us.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And if you want to come to ChiveSpringa tonight, it's $60 at the door. It's all the food and booze. You
Get
can
outta
drink.
here.
Bring a tent. No drunk driving. We have Ubers too. So come on out, eat, drink, be merry, mingle with some like-minded people in the community, and come donate to Keystone Warriors.
on that.
Come on out.
So can I make one final
One more
statement?
thing, Paul.
Yes,
you
sir.
got it.
You got it.
Okay. I just want to let the folks know how we perceive ourselves as an organization, so bear with me, that we're honored and privileged to offer assistance to members of the greatest military that defends the rights and freedoms of the greatest people living in the greatest country on this planet, and that would be the United States of America.
Amen, brother.
Couldn't have said it
God
better.
bless the
Amen,
AA.
brother.
So thank you, everybody. We're going to head to commercial break now.
Yes.
Thank you again for
Thanks,
joining
everybody.
us. It was awesome. Everybody,
on it.
KeystoneWarriors.org. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Time for another beer?
Go get that beer.
How'd it go?
That was
That
good.
was great.
That
Sound
was
great.
fantastic.
It was clear.
Very good.
How'd it
Very,
sound,
very
Jay?
good.
It's a lot easier.